Hello, my dear LOP brothers. As you know, everybody needs to be pushed. Accountability is very, very important. So I just met with a potential business coach, and something very interesting that they picked up on is they said, what you actually teach is radical responsibility for men. And this line just popped in my head, radical responsibility. And I started asking myself the question, and I threw it back to them, and I said, why is what we teach radical? Responsibility is something that all people should take, let alone men. Radical responsibility means that it's out of the norm. It's not normal what the level of responsibility that you're teaching. And that's sad. For men to take responsibility for themselves, like I always say, our actions and inactions, our perfect imperfections, to take responsibility for that first and foremost, with humility, but at the same time with self-love. Number two, to take responsibility for our families, our wife, who has been entrusted to us, our children who has been entrusted to us. Why is that radical, to take responsibility for them? And then I realized that's the reality of the rest of the world. The reality of the rest of the world is that to take responsibility for my own actions, my own inactions, for who I am, is already radical. Because people, instead of taking responsibility, look for excuses. We look in Genesis straight away. Adam didn't want to take responsibility. He blamed God for giving him a wife. And he blamed the wife for giving him the fruit. It's in men's nature and women's nature as well, not to take responsibility, to just blame someone or something else. But society can't work that way. At least part of society, the higher level of society, the leaders of society cannot work that way. Otherwise, society will implode. Society will collapse because no one will hold it together. And so I'm proud that we teach radical responsibility. I am proud that that's who we are as leader of the pack. The leader of the pack is far beyond turning up to a call or far beyond going to the main event or to stand up or to Israel. It's about the radical responsibility that we take in our day-to-day life. And I know for a fact that there are many men who have come into leader of the pack for a time, for a limited time, for longer time. And the vast majority of us are affected, first and foremost, taking responsibility in our lives. So let's be proud of who we are. Let's grow our brotherhood. Let's teach the men that we go to work with, that we go to church or synagogue or mosque with, or community centers with, or interact with on the side of the road. The responsibility is the way the man needs to act. That we are here to guard and protect, and that, in essence, is taking radical responsibility.